Hey y'all, welcome back. Thank you for being awesome, and thank you for subscribing, because I see you out there, and I also see that this cup is not what's up. While we get this situated, normally I like to eat Doritos, but because I'm being mindful of the person I would like to be, I switched to almonds. And y'all, it is not an equal swap. It is not a trade. It's a sacrifice. Consider and reflect on what might be your favorite failure. My favorite one would have to be dropping out of college. I was at UNF for probably like 2 semesters, like fresh out of high school. And it wasn't that the schoolwork was hard or anything of that nature. It was more so that I needed a job. I needed a job, and I needed it to be full-time. And it just wasn't matching with what I was trying to do full-time at UNF. I couldn't be full-time, double-time at the time. I mean, nowadays, could I do it? No, because it don't make sense. It does not make sense. As a youngster, in my head, though, I had the drive, the ambition. I'm like, bump that, I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna get my degree while I raise these babies. You know, like, nobody wants to struggle on purpose. I had options. It maybe wasn't the option that I wanted, but I had options, and I chose up. I chose to drop out of not high school. I finished high school, but I chose to drop out of college, and decided that if this is for me, it will pick up and come into my life later on. I was able to live on my own with my children. I was able to provide for them. I was just able to be a grown mother, an independent citizen. It was great. I'm glad that I took that road. Yeah, so after that, I began to work. And once you get a job, that's when you really start to learn who you are. You know, you really find your place once you get in the actual real working world. And I was fortunate enough to do that at a young age, so I had time to see who I was and develop and grow. You know, when you're in your teens and early 20s, you're not who you will be when you're 40. I'm not 40, but I'm just saying, you're still growing, you're still maturing. And I was able to do that in the mix of things. You know, when you're younger, it is easy for you to still change. It's easy for you to develop new habits, new personality traits, get rid of old ones. It's easy for you to manage your life and who you want to be within that life of yours. When you're younger, you have friends, but those friends sometimes come, sometimes go. You do not have them for a lifetime. But the older you get, the people you have around you, those people are around you. Those are your key people. And it's difficult to change who you are when you're expected to be a certain way to those key people. Does that make sense? So, yes, it does. Yes, it does make sense. It does, and you feel me, and I know you feel me. Yes, the failures. Yes, that's why I'm glad that I failed early on in my life, because it really gave me the room and opportunity to mold who I wanted to be before the clay got too dry. I was still Play-Doh. I was still Play-Doh when the mold was making. You know what I mean? So I'm very fortunate because I was able to really ground myself. I don't have to sit back and be like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Nobody likes me. I already went through that. I realized what was going on. I realized I was a bitch. I realized that I was selfish. I realized that I had a bad temper. I realized that I was impatient. I realized that I was not helpful when I was younger. And so it was easier for me to say, oh, I don't like that. I really want to change that. And now I'm more patient. I'm eager to help. I'm ready to learn. I'm punctual. I'm on time. You know, when you get to be 30-something years old and you late all the damn time, that is just who you are. You're late. You're a late person. You're a person who is late. If you're 20-something and somebody's telling you, damn, you always late, you're more likely to get frustrated by that and say, no, I'm not, and change that pattern. Versus if you're 30 something, okay, and mind your business. You know what I'm saying? There's just a different mentality the older you get. The older you are when you fail, the harder it is for you to bounce back from that failure. And the more likely that failure will actually be more of a character trait or a pattern for you versus just a isolated failure that you have control over to grow and change from. So my greatest failure would probably be dropping out of college and jumping right into getting a regular full-time job and getting my experience, my people skills on the job. Getting my people skills in a professional environment at a young age was very beneficial for me, and I'm able to open a lot of doors and skate through a lot of avenues and all those kinds of things. And I think that's why, because I had those skills early on and it really helped me out. So there's that. Thank you for watching the Glow Up blog. Yeah.